Good morning. We've got vetiver and Northern Lights Black Spruce in the diffuser again. Please remember to exhale if you're holding your breath. And let's connect. Okay. So, good morning. Good morning, Sarah. I have to hurry. I have to be off by 11 Eastern because Sarah's Koya Book Club is coming up. Good morning, Betty. So, I need to do some housekeeping business stuff first. First of all, here's our truth bomb. First, attend to the divine. When you attend to the divine... Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I thought it was later. I have more time than I thought. Okay, I can relax. I was like, oh my God, I gotta hurry up. First, attend to the divine. If you'll do this first, seriously, if you'll do this first, all manner of good things will come to you. All your dreams will come true. Maybe. But you'll feel better. Couple of things I wanted to recommend is... in attending to the divine, it's good to have a 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes daily practice of some kind. There's a woman, Pushpa Patel. I may have butchered her name. Oh, really? Oh, cool. So you might want to follow @DailyBreath on Periscope. This morning she did a really quick 5-minute pranayama breathing, and I've heard that word forever. I've done it in every yoga class I've ever gone to. But she's actually teaching what it's about and what it does for you, and then going through the 8 different kinds. I didn't even realize it was 8 different kinds. So she was on this morning. I got 5 minutes with her doing a fire breath. Super cool. 5 minutes. So, and then the other person I watched this morning is Melissa Serene. Yeah, she was great. And she's doing it every day at 7 Eastern. So every day, even before you get out of bed, because you know you're checking Facebook and Twitter, you could, before you roll out of bed, you can look at her scope and do some breathing before you even get up. If you'll do it before you ever leave your bedroom in the morning, hi Cynthia, you'll have it done. If you get up and start moving around, a lot of times we miss that window. The other person I watched this morning is Melissa Serene. She gave some information on the new moon that I thought was interesting in the, good morning, the eclipse. Now you see me, now you don't. But @Daily Breath, get that 5 minutes of breathing in there. Hello! Okay, so that's housekeeping. 5 minutes daily practice, attending to the divine first, before you do anything else. And you might feel like you can't take that 5 minutes, but you'll waste way more than that 5 minutes spinning your wheels trying to get things done much less effectively than had you connected with the divine before you started your day. Good morning, good morning. So @Daily Breath and @Melissa Serene. @Daily Breath has 2 scopes today. I just watched the one on pranayama breathing. It was very interesting. The other housekeeping thing is I made an events link, tinyurl.com/wolf events, wolf with 2 F's. That has all the upcoming Desire Map workshops. So I can quit writing things on little scraps of paper to show you. Just go to the events page. I have a girls group coming up, a men's group coming up. All of them include essential oils, all of them based on Desire Map stuff, plus the things that I bring in based on my years of experience. What else? I thought I had several business. Okay, and the next piece of business is the book that we'll be reading that I'll be reading to you. Join me if you like. After Big Magic is MindBody Connection. MindBody is one word. Connection. Dr. Mario Martinez. Dr. Martinez has written a book that I can hardly put down. Let me hold that a little more steady if you want to screenshot it. It's giving me the answers to things I've wanted answers to for a while. So here's how Life Revealed works. So when we're doing these book studies, and we're attending to the divine first. We're doing a daily practice. We're opening ourselves up to creativity. And I hashtag this life revealed because that's what happens. You ask a question and you get the answer. A lot of times, if the answer's already in you, you can get the answer before you even finish formulating the question in your own head. Like, it gets that quick. You think, hey, I wonder if, and boom, you've got the answer. If you've, attended to your daily practice and you're listening to life, you're letting life reveal itself to you through these practices that we do every day. So if the answer is outside of you and you ask, hey, I wonder, where can I get some more information about this? I got frustrated one day and I was like, how come this isn't working better than I feel like this process of integrating change and embodying change could be a little quicker. Like, I feel like I'm missing a piece. In half an hour, I ran across MindBody Connection by Mario Martinez, which had the answers I was looking for. I downloaded it and started reading it that night. This was 2 nights ago. And then it's incredible. So that's what I mean about creativity in action and about life revealing itself to you. You ask a question, you get the answer. You need some information, it comes to you, and it starts to come very, very fast. And he talks a lot about happiness threshold, and you guys know how I feel about that. Because, how's that for a lead-in? You can find me at caddyshackdesigns.com, where everything I do is designed to help you increase your ability to hold happiness, to increase your ability to push through that happiness threshold and make it larger and larger, because we shut it down, right? Okay, let's get to the book we actually came here to get to. Cheers. I have a lot to do today, and I actually feel motivated to do it. The Awesome Science of Luck. Thank you. I'm going to write that down right now. The Awesome Science of Luck. Good morning, Nina. You're on my list, Nina. Awesome Science of Luck. The other book I highly recommend, if you haven't read it already, is The Big Leap. Peter Ragnar, thank you. Oh, in a good way. I just need to finish my second part of my email to you. I emailed some of you a link this morning, the people I have the email addresses of. You can just disregard that email, because after I watched the promotional video for that program, I was like, forget it. Check it out if you want to, but I didn't feel good about it. Big magic. Let's see where we're at. This stuff is life-changing. If you don't believe me, go back and watch my early scopes. This is like the 276th scope today. We're at this is the 276th scope I've done since last year, since July. Okay, so last time we talked about there's probably never going to be anything in your life that actually can prevent you from making art. So you might as well just go ahead and make art. The MindBody Connection book is explaining, and it is a language leap to get through it. It's written by a non-native English speaker, so there's always a little bit of stuff you have to do in your head. But it's explaining why we don't do that. And it's giving tools to get through that stuff. More tools than I have brought to you before, so I'm excited about that. So let's read about Tom Waits. Do you guys know who Tom Waits is? He's a crusty old singer. He's a musician. Some people really like his music. I don't like his voice too much. His voice sounds really gravelly, and it's not gravelly in a good way to me, but some people do really like him, and he is a really great lyricist. So years ago, I interviewed the musician Tom Waits for a profile in GQ magazine. I've spoken about this interview before, and I'll probably speak about it forever, because I've never met anyone who was so articulate and wise about creative living. In the course of our interview, Waits went on a whimsical rant about all the different forms that song ideas will take when they're trying to be born. Some songs will come to him with absurd ease, like dreams taken through a straw. Other songs, though, he has to work hard for, like digging potatoes out of the ground. Still other songs are sticky and weird, like gum found under an old table, while some songs are like wild birds that he must come at sideways, sneaking up on them gently so as not to scare them into flight. Isn't that lyrical? The most difficult and petulant songs, though, will only respond to a firm hand and an authoritative voice. There are songs, Waite says, that simply will not allow themselves to be born, and that will hold up the recording of an entire album. Waite has, at such moments, cleared the studio of all other musicians and technicians so he can have a stern talking to with a particularly obstinate song. He'll pace the studio alone, saying, "Listen, you, we're all going for a ride together. The whole family's already in the van. You've got 5 minutes to get on board, or else this album is leaving without you." Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to let it go. Some songs just aren't serious about wanting to be born yet, Waite said. They only want to annoy you and waste your time and hog your attention, perhaps while they're waiting for a different artist to come along. He has become philosophical about such things. He used to suffer and anguish over losing songs, but now he trusts. If a song is serious about being born, he trusts that it will come to him in the right manner at the right time. If not, he will send it along its way with no hard feelings. "Go bother someone else," he'll tell the annoying song that doesn't want to be a song. "Go bother Leonard Cohen." Over the years, Tom Waits finally found his sense of permission to deal with his creativity more lightly, without so much drama. God, we put a lot of drama into this process. Without so much fear. A lot of this lightness came from watching his children grow up and seeing their total freedom of creative expression. He noticed that his children felt fully entitled, that's a great word, entitled, to make up songs all the time. And when they were done, so much drama, yes, oh my God, we make it so complicated. When the kids were done with their songs, they would toss them out like little origami things or paper airplanes. Then they would sing the next song that came through the channel. They never seemed to worry that the flow of ideas would dry up. They never stressed about their creativity, and they never competed against themselves. They merely lived within their inspiration comfortably and unquestioningly. The nice thing about kids, too, is when one comes up with a creative idea, whatever other kids are around will start smashing all their information together. So they bounce off each other, and they all pipe in together, and they put all this energy into creating something, and they come up with something wonderful. And they aren't secretly thinking, maybe I shouldn't say this so that I can present this idea later, maybe to, greater financial benefit. They aren't hoarding their information for financial gain. They aren't worried that it's the only idea they're ever going to have. And if they share it, if they share their idea, they're never going to get another one. They just do it. You can't stop kids from creating. You can't stop them from collaborating with each other, with their creative energy. We can learn a lot by remembering when we used to do that, when we didn't worry about the river drying up. The river won't dry up. The water won't run out. I still have that water thing, but the water won't dry up. And if it does, I'll die of thirst, and I won't be worried about it anymore anyway. So I need to let the water thing go. Waits had once been the opposite of that childlike creativity as a creator. He told me that he'd struggled deeply with his creativity in his youth because, like many serious young men, he wanted to be regarded as important, meaningful, and heavy. He wanted his work to be better than other people's work. He wanted to be complex and intense. There was anguish, there was torment, there was drinking, there were dark nights of the soul. He was lost in the cult of artistic suffering, but he called that suffering by another name, dedication. It's not dedication, it's self-destruction. But through watching his children create so freely, Waits had an epiphany. It wasn't actually that big a deal. He told me, "I realized as a songwriter the only thing I really do is make jewelry for the inside of other people's minds. That's a great way to think about music. Jewelry for your mind. Music is nothing more than decoration for the imagination. That's all it is. That realization, Waite said, seemed to open things up for him. Songwriting became less painful after that. Right in bullseye. Right on target. InterCranial jewelry making. What a good job. Isn't that a great job? That's like the best job title ever. InterCranial jewelry making. I love that. It's so much more than jewelry. It's like your mala jewelry. It's jewelry but not. And Linda's and Mom's. It's jewelry but not jewelry. It's jewelry but it's a spiritual tool also. Yeah. Oh yeah. Great. The path to the divine. InterCranial path to the divine jewelry making. I have a beautiful rainbow here on the wall. I'm going to turn this around. See if you guys can see it. Can you see that rainbow? I'm like the dentist. I ask you a question and then I can't see your answer. A little rainbow. Isn't that pretty? It's so bright. Pretty soon I'm going to be able to scope from outside again. I'm super excited about that. I miss scoping out on the deck. So, that's basically what we all do, all of us who spend our days making and doing interesting things for no particularly rational reason. As a creator, you can design any sort of jewelry that you like for the inside of other people's minds, or simply for the inside of your own mind. You can make work that's provocative, aggressive, sacred, edgy, devastating, entertaining, brutal, fanciful, whatever. Excuse me. But when all is said and done, it's still just InterCranial jewelry making. It's still just decoration, and that's glorious. But it's seriously not something that anybody needs to hurt themselves over, okay? So relax a bit is what I'm saying. Please try to relax. Otherwise, what's the point of having all these wonderful senses in the first place? So when we stop ourselves, when we get an impulse to create, and then our next thought is, well, that's never going to go anywhere, or I can't make money off that, or that's stupid, or I don't have the supplies, or any of the other crap bullshit reasons we give ourselves, that's where your work is. It's to backtrack and just stay with the impulse. And it's not that those secondary thoughts won't arise. They will arise, and you just ignore them. You just pat them on the head and you say, I hear you. I got you. I know you'd like it to be something other than what it is, but we're just going to follow the impulse today and see what happens, just for fun. We don't do anything hardly just for the fun of it. We've gotten so goal-oriented and so fixated on things have to have a beginning and an end, or things have to have some sort of tangible result, that we've really cut ourselves off from the life flow. No wonder we get lost in Facebook and television. No wonder we go numb and we go to sleep, because we can't, there's a part of us that's struggling to live and we won't give it air. So we just shut down. We shut down through food, we shut down through substances, we shut down through electronic entertainment, and I'm very guilty of all of those, not substances, but food and Netflix and Facebook are great ways to shut down when you need a little break, when you're like creatively gestating. But it's also tricky to know the difference when you're lost in those things because you're denying yourself life. Tribal loyalty is something I've talked to you guys about before, that we don't go against the family, we don't go against our culture, because underneath all that is a fear of being cast out of the tribe and dying. So we know that. I mean, we've talked about that. That's not a new concept. But the difference in the information I'm getting now, and we know that Koya dancing is one solution to that. The information in this book is there's that rational understanding has to be taken physical, and dancing is one way to do that. So it's not, you're not just Koya dancing because it feels good. Yes, you are. And what the underlying benefit of that is, it is taking decisions you've made in your head and bringing them down into your body. And when you bring them into your body and you can physically feel, really physically feel where you're aiming for, the concepts you have that you'd like to express in the world, then everything changes. And until then, it's just in your head. So you have that cycle of, I should be eating better, I should be turning off the computer, but you don't. Because you're going against a pattern that you have set. And to go against the pattern that you have set, you have to make a logical, rational decision, and you have to address it in the physical body as well. So you can see why I'm super excited about that book. And I'm reading it as fast as I can, I promise. That's all I'm doing after book club today, after the Koya book club today, is reading this book until the Desire Map workshop tonight. I feel a very strong urge to get this information to you as quickly as I can. The central paradox is, I'm going to read this last one because that's going to wrap up our section on permission. Yeah, so isn't it interesting? We know intuitively that we have to move. And because we as a culture have stopped moving to a certain degree, and I don't count treadmill, grinding it out on the treadmill in misery as I mean, yeah, you're physically moving your body and you're achieving benefit from that. But if you're not also, I guess like everything else, it's the intention. If your intention is you're caring for yourself by walking on a treadmill, you're burning calories and you're doing this deeper spiritual work. If you're viewing being on the treadmill as a punishment, you're actually hurting yourself more than if you never got on the treadmill to begin with, because of the internal damage you're doing by hating what you're doing. Resentful exercise is not worth doing. You're actually hurting yourself more. Yeah, the breaking the shoulda, woulda, coulda pattern, breaking the tendency to do that. So there's a reason that sacred dance works, and the benefit is more than what you're feeling in your body. It's way bigger than that. So working out, lifting weights, being on the treadmill, taking a walk, done with a certain intention, is life-changing. Without that intention, typically people won't stick with it very long. You know what I'm saying. You guys are smart. So the central paradox. Hey, Jana, I saw you come in. In conclusion, then, art is absolutely meaningless. It is, however, also deeply meaningful. That's the paradox. It doesn't mean a damn thing, and it means everything. That's a paradox, of course, but we're all adults here, and I think we can handle it. I think we can all hold two mutually contradictory ideas at the same time without our heads exploding. So let's give this one a try. The paradox that you need to comfortably inhabit if you wish to live a contented creative life goes something like this. My creative expression must be the most important thing in the world to me if I am to live artistically, and it must also not matter at all if I am to live sanely. Let me see if that will focus enough for you to screenshot that. The most important thing in the world to you, if you're to live artistically, and then the least important thing in the world to you if you're to live and not lose your mind. My hand shakes a little bit, so it might not have focused. I couldn't tell. Anyway, sometimes you'll need to leap from one end of this paradoxical spectrum to the other in a matter of minutes and then back again. As I write this book, for instance, I approach each sentence as if the future of humanity depends upon my getting that sentence just right. I care because I want it to be lovely. Therefore, anything less than a full commitment to that sentence is lazy and dishonorable. But as I edit my sentence, sometimes immediately after writing it, I have to be willing to throw it to the dogs and never look back. Unless I decide that I need that sentence again after all, in which case I must dig up its bones, bring it back to life, and once again regard it as sacred. It's back and forth. You throw it out, you bring it back. You toss it to the dogs, and then go, oh crap, I need it, and go dig it back up again. You don't worry about it. It matters, it doesn't matter. Build space in your head for this paradox. Build as much space for it as you can. Build even more space. You'll need it. And then go deep within that space, as far in as you can possibly go, and make absolutely whatever you want to make. It's nobody's business but your own. A great practice for writers is being required to follow a daily journal prompt or a writing prompt and write something every single day, and not complete it and not edit it, just raw write it, because then it gets you used to, it helps you feel in your body that the ideas are not ever going to run out, and it helps you understand that it doesn't really matter and that you can go back at any time and pick that thread up. So that's the end of the permission section. The next section is persistence. So you have to give yourself permission first. You have to become enchanted. Then you give yourself permission. And then you practice the persistence. And that's what we do here, is we show up every day, or I do, and you join me if you choose or if you have time. But the persistence part is the key to putting this into practice. Like, not just thinking about it, not just contemplating it, but putting into practice has to be out in the world on an everyday basis to put it into practice. So, attend to the divine first. Fall in love with your life, with your, I'm assuming everyone on here has been in love and done stupid things for love and moved heaven and earth for love. If you can find a way to fall in love with your idea, your creative impulse, you won't let those voices stop you. You'll move heaven and earth to get that thing created, whatever it is. Even if that's just a great pot of spaghetti sauce, because fine spaghetti sauce is a creative endeavor. And it's fun, and then people eat it and it's gone. You don't worry about that. It's nothing different. Fall in love with where you want to be. Fall in love with who you are right now, and then follow that and feel that in your body so that you'll move heaven and earth to do whatever you need to do, whether that's 5 minutes of prayer in the morning or a 5-minute walk. Oh, spaghetti sauce. A great spaghetti sauce can never be replicated except by the person cooking it. You can't ever replicate it because it's that person's energy. I really think food is that. I make steaks a certain way, and I've given people the recipe, and they always complain that it's not the same. And I think it's just me. My uncle's spaghetti sauce and my uncle's food never taste the same when you recreate it because it's not him making it. Same, vaguely. I remember awesome spaghetti, but I can't recall like the actual taste of it. Yeah, so we all know that. We put a little bit of ourselves into our creations, whether that's spaghetti sauce or, a steak or whatever. You can never make a good salad you like at home. Yeah, it's different. So anyway, housekeeping things, just wrap up. MindBody Connection by Mario Martinez. That'll be our book after Big Magic. Or the Tao, whichever one we finish first. Someone recommended The Awesome Science of Luck. I apologize for forgetting your name. Yay! Oh, great, Susan. That's great. I'm glad. Hi, Heath. Are you on break? Are you making carpet and watching Periscope at the same time? Awesome Science of Luck by Peter Ragnar by B. Someone recommended that. B. something. Sorry. I can see it in my head, B something. Anyway. And then for the upcoming Desire Map workshops, here you go. tinyurl.com/wolf events, wolf with 2 Fs. girls workshop coming up, men's workshop coming up, level 2 coming up, and then I will be offering a desire map based workshop to people who are young living distributors. So it'll be specific to people doing young living as a business and how to work these principles in your oil business so that you don't become a pushy used car oil salesperson that everyone hates. Don't be that person. Don't be the person that other people see you coming and they're like, "Oh shit, there's that crazy ass oil lady. Run!" Don't do that. Okay. All right. That's all I have for you today. If you're reading the book Koya and want to be in on that book club, I don't know how to tell you to get there except on Facebook. It's only on Facebook. Sarah, are you still here? Does anyone know? I will see you tomorrow for Dao De Jing and Byron Katie, and hopefully some more information for you from this book. She's not here. Okay. Koya Book Club. Bye, Cynthia. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Tanya, and everybody who's here. Bye, Heath and Catherine, and my mom, I'm guessing, is still here. And people, new peoples. Attend to the divine first. And Betty. There's a link in the book club. I think unless you're on Facebook, though, you can't get to it. Bye, and Linda's here. I didn't even see you come in. All right, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you, and blessings on your head, and have a blessed and wonderful, smooth riding day. And Carrie! So many people I didn't see come in. Okay, bye, lovelies.